and welcome back to our Team Lotus F1 Manager Series, as we are back with yet another race, and we are heading to Brazil in this one, and coming off the back of, well, our points run coming to an end in Mexico, but we haven't had points all season, and then like buses, they all come along at once. We got points in Baku, then in Singapore, and then as well in Kota, so 3 races in a row, which has put us up to 8th in the Constructors. But as I say, that has come to an end in Mexico last time out, so we'll see what we can do in Brazil in this one. We have done, this has been a sprint race weekend, and we have done the sprint race. No points in that one. Danny Rick finished 12th actually, finished 12th in that one. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in this race, but we're going to jump pretty much straight into it. As you can see, there's a bit of rain, as you may see, because there's inters on the screen. But first of all, let's look at starting position. So Danny Rick, we qualified 9th. So we did get through to Q3 with Danny Rick. Qualified 9th, but I believe Lando Norris has took a penalty. That's why we're in 8th with Daniel Ricciardo. Mick Schumacher qualified 14th, but again, I think Lando Norris has dropped behind him. And Hulkenberg, I believe, has also taken a penalty. But as I say, we have got some rain, and it's suggesting it's going to start around lap 10. Looks like the crossover to Inters is going to be around lap 15, round about then. So yeah, 15 to 17 it's looking like. So the default strategy was to start on the mediums, but we are actually going to go softs with Danny Ricciardo. Soft Inters, that's the quickest way around, it suggests. So we played around with a few of these. Mick, we're doing the same sort of strategy with 2 inters, but we're starting on the mediums. Obviously, Mick, a little bit harder on his tyres. My concern is, obviously, if this rain doesn't come in, sometimes the weather forecast isn't always accurate. We've only got a level 1 weather facility, so sometimes it's not always accurate. And if that isn't, then, yeah, I don't want Mick to be left on softs that are degrading. So that's what we're going with. Same strategy in terms of a 2-stop, but Danny Rick starting on the softs, Mick starting on the mediums, and then we'll cross over on 2 sets of inters once the rain hits. So with that, let's jump in to this Brazilian Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Who will win? Only time will tell.
Here we go then. 2 Red Bulls will lead us away. Max on pole, Perez in second, but we do stop. We start, sorry, in the top 10 with Daniel Ricciardo. But whether we can stay there is another matter. It looks like Tsunoda's got a really good start on the outside of Daniel Ricciardo. So we might be dropping down to 9th already there. And we do, unfortunately. Fernando Alonso is behind us. So yeah, Norris has dropped to 15th. Stroll is 14th. He did qualify there, or he was knocked out in qualifying. So that is on merit. But Norris has took a penalty. So yeah, I expect Norris to come through the grid. Probably Stroll as well. Fernando looking very racy there. Tyres, so split actually, to be fair. It is split here. And Fernando is going to slide his way past us here. Danny Rick is going to hold on. Oh, Tsunoda into the wall there. Right in front of us, virtual safety car. And this is very good if you're on softs.
Understood.
Tsunoda actually crashed out in qualifying, and that's what allowed us to start in 9th, well, qualifying 9th, because Tsunoda crashed out, red flagged Q3, and he's lost it again. Is that Tsunoda out of the race?
Just like that, the hopes of the team.
Or has he got going again? No, Tsunoda is out. That is big news for us. Tsunoda is a consistent top 10 finisher. And as we see it there, where he's crashed out, it is all over for Yuki. 3 quarters away through the first lap. So yeah, Yuki normally finishes in that top 10. So Alonso may make his way past us. Norris may, which would jump us down to 10th. So it's whether we could beat Stroll or not. Stroll probably is going to be quicker, but if anyone else has an accident out in front of us, we have already got a good chance of points. But it is going to be mixed up a bit with rain coming later. Well, let's forward on to this virtual safety car finishers. But this is good for us on the softs and any soft runner, because yeah, it might have been touch and go getting those softs to the end. What game is this and what's it available on? This is F1 Manager 24 and I'm playing on PC, but I believe it is available on consoles as well, Xbox, PlayStation. May even be on the Switch, but yeah, the main consoles it is available on as well. Right, virtual safety car is ending. We'll go back attack here.
Okay, understood.
I am going to ask Mick not to fight, and as we know, we don't let our teammates fight anymore. That always ends in tears. So back underway then. Virtual safety cars ended. And Mick has got past Fernando Alonso there, which is very nice. We didn't see that.
Let's take a look at the replay. Now here we are at the final corner. The gap opens up for them.
And Alonso on the inside there, but a lovely little move from Mick. How do you feel about Danny Rick's situation? I feel Danny Rick had his time in F1. He'd sort of declined, but I don't agree with letting him go mid-season. I don't see what the advantage is really of that. It wasn't like he was Sargent and he's smashing the car up every weekend, or even a million miles off Yuki, as Ricciardo's got past Russell. So we'll just have a look at this. And we'll continue. So we're making big moves here early on. Yeah, so it wasn't like he was smashing the car up or, you know... Oh my god, Ricciardo's loving it. Past Hamilton, we've got some real pace here. We're up to 6th. Just got to keep an eye on these tyres. We probably do need to drop to standard for now. So yeah, I think it's the right time for Ricciardo to go, but at the end of the season. I don't get the point of replacing him with...
Okay.
What have we got left now? 6 races? As I say, Logan Sargent one I get. If you're smashing the car up, cost them money, but yeah. Right, Mick, we can afford to push a little bit. Ricciardo, we have got to try and stretch those tyres out. What is it saying about the rain? Still saying around about lap 15, 16, 17, so that's what we want. Yeah, if you're jumping into the streams and you like the content, please do like the video. It really helps me out. Well, it's been quite a good start for us. We're into 6th with Ricciardo. And Schumacher is 9th. Still got Alonso all over the back of him. We're going to drop off the battery now. I've used a lot of battery in the early phases, and that might cost us to lose out to Hamilton here. We aren't really... Oh, Hamilton forces us out really wide there. We haven't really got the pace of the Mercedes or the Aston, so yeah, it's going to be hard to hold on. Albon just about hanging on, but I'd imagine there might be a DRS gap that opens up to Albon shortly. Ricciardo's already lost out that DRS to Hamilton, so as I say, these Mercs have got superior speed. Ricciardo might be a bit of a sitting duck now for Russell. Mick, we've asked not to overtake Ricciardo, so hopefully he can just get a bit of a slipstream off him. Alonso close to Mick. Mick has got DRS, but Alonso might be having a go here.
Okay.
Russell has made that move. As Alonso, he'll have inside here. Will be forced outside though. He'll get DRS again, but Mick has got DRS as well, which is helping him defend. So we kind of need to keep Mick in Danny Rick's DRS, but don't attack him and just fend off Alonso. Bottas now the car behind. The problem is if Stroll gets Bottas, which he will shortly probably on the next start-finish straight, and Norris, they're going to... Well, Norris certainly will be on the back of us very quickly. Now, we're not fighting Norris, but potentially we could fight Stroll, but we'd need Bottas to hold them up. We've got a 2.5 second gap as it is. Schumacher's been completely using his battery, which we haven't been keeping an eye on there.
Understood.
We're going to have to do a bit of a top-up here.
Copy.
Alonso is a lot closer this time. But we should be okay, just about.
Copy.
Just want Danny Rick to just slow down a touch there. Just so we can keep Mick in his DRS.
Okay, understood.
Norris is now past Bottas, so he'll be on to us very quickly.
Copy.
Right, we need to keep Schumacher in this DRS while we're topping up. I think he should be pretty good. Let's put him back on neutral here. Stroll's got a mechanical fault, so that could be handy for us. Is this going to be Stroll or Crofty telling us? Stroll.
Engine feels quite down.
Engine problem for Stroll, so that is also good for us. Are we on for potential points here? As I've said, I do expect a yellow flag. Another virtual. What is going on now?
Okay, understood.
Our drivers are good. It's K-Mag. Of course, it's K-Mag. Has he lost it on his own here? Has he collected someone? Nope. All on his own. Lock up.
Car crashed.
Car crash. I like how he said car crash, not that he's crashed.
It's not going the way.
I like that. I like that, K-Mag. Put all the blame on the car. K-Mag's out. K-Mag is out. That is terminal damage. So, we can forward on again, just until the safety car finishes. So even if the rain is delayed now, we should be good getting these softs with Danny Rick through to where we need to. Verstappen leads. Charles is very close to him though.
Side ready.
It's starting to rain. Unfortunately, there is still a glitch in this game. When it rains, we lose frame rate. So, yeah,
Okay, understood.
that's... It's not the hardware that I'm running. That's a known bug, unfortunately. So that's why you're seeing the it deteriorate on screen. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to stick with it. Nothing I can do. Oracle Red Bull, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated, buddy. So yeah, as I say, that's why graphically you've just seen it drop because it started to rain. There's a bug in the game that drops the frame rates. And Alonso is looking to have a go here. But we are trying to defend as a team. Right, rain is falling. Problem is here is we can't double stack. So what we need to do is get Mick to survive here.
Copy.
And we need to really just drop off through this part of the part of the track.
Copy.
0 point. Yeah, we are probably going to lose out though, dropping off this much. But Rare's had a lockup. We just need to build ourselves a bit of a 2.2 second gap. We are going to be overtaken by Alonso and Norris doing this, but we would get jumped in the pits anyway, so... Right, we got a gap there to 1.6 seconds, so that was a good effort. We're going to try and deploy out of here, but Alonso is all over us now. There we go, we're deploying out of here, trying to give it everything we've got. We are 2.5 behind Ricciardo, so we have got the gap we needed. But Alonso looks primed to take us here.
P9, P9.
On the outside. Mick's behind at the detection zone though, so that is pretty good because we should have DRS here. We might be able to just reclaim this position straight back. Norris trying to get through. Is it going to be free wide through here? That won't be that great. We're free. We've got a 3-second gap to Ricciardo, so I think we can just continue to push.
Okay, well.
Right, we've built that gap then, so we can double stack now. Norris should be straight past us really here. Right, I think we're going to have to pit next lap. As Norris is going to try and take us on the outside here.
Box confirm.
Inside, sorry. Right, we're going to pit next lap.
Box, box.
Copy box.
Understood.
Right, we're just trying to top up with Ricciardo over this lap. Norris is 3.7 back. He'll get close to Ricciardo very quickly. Is Mick going to try and have another go on Lando here? He is. What we'll do is we'll go... Always defend. We'll try and slow them up. I think Lando might try and move here, though. He is. Lando, as I say, will do well to keep behind. But if we can just slow this pack up, we're trying to do a bit of a job for Danny Rick here. Trying to build a gap for Danny Rick that might help him later in the race.
Copy.
Got that gap to nearly 5 seconds to Alonso and Stroll. Right, Ricciardo is going to be coming into the pits.
Okay, understood. Okay, then we'll pit lane.
Pit entry.
It's very close. It's right on the cutoff, to be fair. 0.8 I tend to go. We might have gone one lap early here, but we'll see. Ricciardo is in. It's a slow stop. That doesn't help.
Okay.
Now Mick is going to be held for a long time here. Yeah, Mick's being, because we're last in the pit lane. We're losing all these positions. Ah, that was horrible. Yeah, that was horrible for Mick. That was caused by Daniel Ricciardo's slow stop. If you told me after Bahrain that Mick could be anywhere near the points, I would have laughed in your face. Yep, Big Solly, yep. He's grabbed a point for us this season somehow. Right, why has that reset our strategy? Inters. Right, let's try that, and then we'll also try too aggressive. Yeah, it says this one's quicker, so let's stick with that. Mick is on target, so that's fine. All right. But yeah, that's cost Mick a bit there. Well, a bit. Significantly cost Mick, so he's got some work to do here. Down to 18th, Mick. That is nasty. What on earth's going on here? Russell's up in the air. Right, Perez in the pits. Yeah. Right, have we started to gain on these? I think we went one lap too early, to be fair. No, we're still cleared Norris, who was the car behind, so... And we've actually cleared Russell. I think he had a pit stop issue. He's halfway in the air when we looked at him. A Stroll pit. Stroll has jumped us, though. So did Norris have a slow stop as well? Stroll has jumped us. So that's not ideal for us. Mick is up to 16th now with those that have everyone pitted now. Yeah. So Mick's a net 15th. So he lost out massively there. Come on, Ricciardo. Let's have a go on Stroll.
Understood.
Yeah, as I say, frame rate's looking awful. Sorry, it is the game, not me. As soon as it rains, this is what happens. We can, of course, turn the rain off, but I prefer to let the game give us what it wants to give us. Although it does mean we are sacrificing a bit of performance on the visuals here. Hopefully they sort that out, though. It's been in here now a week or two in the game. Come on, Ricciardo. Let's get past Stroll. Ricciardo going for it. And lovely, nice move. Obviously, no DRS, so Stroll won't have DRS to come back at us here. We are on the right strategy here, so we just need... Oh, he has got DRS. Oh yeah, because we're not at 1 millimeter. It's not classed as damp. So ignore what I said. We're not currently at damp conditions, although it is raining. We've got to wait for this to hit 1 millimeter. So yeah, in fact, Stroll does have DRS, and we would have DRS on Stroll on that back straight. So we need to get him again, and then we need the DRS to be disabled, which it might be very close this time round. We're at 0.94. Mick is closing to Ocon. Russell looks like he's... Yeah, Russell's got an issue, hasn't he? Right, let's see what we do here. It's 0.96, so we'll definitely get DRS on the back straight. It might close very close to that second DRS zone, you know. 0.98. DRS is available. I think it's going to close, though. I don't think it's going to be available on this second zone. So this could be perfectly for us.
Yep, okay.
And we're through. And there we go. DRS is disabled. Absolutely beautiful that is for us. So we shouldn't see a rear wing open this time.
Nice.
And we don't. That is beautiful for us. So look at this. We've got DRS there because the track wasn't classed as damp. And then basically as soon as we got past about here, it changed to damp. And DRS disabled. So that helps Daniel because those behind haven't got that DRS tool to use. Of course, they have got battery they can push, and we're not great on battery. It looks like Stroll is trying to have a go here. We will have a deployment out of that final corner. Bit of a train behind us here, though. Alright, we're going to have to try and deploy here, but I think Stroll is giving it full beans. As soon as we got past him, he's been right on us. Is Stroll going to have a go into here?
Understood.
No. I might have to deploy out of here, though.
Okay, gotcha.
Stroll definitely going for it here. So it's helping us that DRS is not available to them, but I think he's going to try and have a go regardless here. But he can't get through there. As Mick having his own issues by the looks of it. We're going to harvest through this part of the track. And then just use this deployment smartly at the moment. There's only really a couple of, especially for Stroll, I'd say, there's only a couple of overtaking positions off the back straight. And then where that normal second DRS zone is. I feel I'm racing Stroll. I'm sure Norris and Russell probably could get past us.
Yep, understood.
So again, deploying out of here. Stroll looks a little bit closer this time, though. Though we've completely used and abused all of our battery through there.
Okay.
Well, we should be alright for a moment. Come on, Mick.
Coming.
Mick on Esteban Ocon then. To move up into 15th. And he's now got 2.8 to get to Alex Albon. So hopefully he can start to rein Alex in. Let's go back to Ricciardo there. I'm cautious that we don't lose out in our battle here with Stroll. Got a good chance of points here. Even if it's 10th and we finish with 1 point, there's still a chance here.
Okay.
I feel they're using a bit more battery in the middle part of that lap because they seem to gain, and then through here we just seem to go out in the distance. We're depleting all of our battery, but...
Okay, understood.
There's something really neat they could add to this game is because obviously in real F1 they'll start to tell the drivers where they should harvest, where they should use the battery. And yeah, you could have a map like this where you can actually click points to harvest, to use. So in this scenario, it'd be much easier for me because all of this would be sort of, this would all be harvest, and then around here we could click deployment starts there, sort of ends here. Because that's effectively what we're doing at the moment, but we're just doing it manually. See, they seem to close up in this middle part of the lap. We can build up to about 50% battery. And then we get the deployment. And then we sort of go out in the distance again.
The track, is it looking good?
So Stroll very close to us this time. Has he saved a bit of battery for an attack? We're depleting all of that battery. We're dumping all of it. There you go, look. And look at the distance we get. We get about 1 second ahead.
Understood.
Does any of your drivers has points? We do have points now. Daniel Ricciardo has a whopping 3 points now, and Mick Schumacher has 1. F up. Ricciardo will harvest into there. Mick is gaining on Albon. Now Lando's a car behind. I expect we won't be keeping him behind as we have been Stroll. We can battle a bit with Stroll and I feel Alonso, but probably not so much Norris and Russell, although Russell has got an issue, so... Let's say I'm not too bothered about Lando. We'll still use the same tactic through here. But yeah, I expect Lando to be able to move past us pretty quickly. Mick is close. It's Hulkenberg now, so Albon's past Hulkenberg, but I can't really focus on Mick because we've sort of got to manage this all the way through. So yes, we're still dropping, as I say, Stroll quite significantly, but Lando will be onto us quicker. And we've got DRS, of course, because we're into... yeah, we're on damp conditions, aren't we? So we're going to have to let Lando go. Gonna have to go to standard as well, because it's just burning up our tyres. We need some rain to fool here.
Yeah, everything's
Yellow flag.
stable at the moment.
I think it's Hulkenberg, because Mick's past him. It is. Hulkenberg's had a lock-up. This rain is killing us really
so
here.
Heading into turn 1.
Or lack of rain, should I say.
Well, you can see the lockup.
Oh, and Hulkenberg just misses Albon. That would have been pretty nice for Mick. But Mick does gain a position here. We're in real big trouble here. We're going to have to deploy here because we're going to have to get some DRS on Lando. I think we're going to fall too far behind though because he's off into the distance. This is burning up our tyres here. Yeah, we're just going to be lamb to the slaughter here because we've got no DRS. Russell and Stroll have got DRS. So there's not much defending we can do. That's a shame. DRS isn't disabled though. It's raining because this is dropped below 1mm. DRS is available when it's less than 1mm. So that's what's costing us. That is disappointing because I think without the DRS we wouldn't have kept Lando behind, but I think certainly Russell and
Honestly, I don't think we could
Stroll,
do much more.
but they're just benefiting from this DRS. And obviously, as I say, this is burning our tyres as well because the temperatures... Go on, Ricciardo, have him back. That's what we like. Right, the rain is slowly falling again. But we're probably going to have to change our strategy because these tyres are not going to last that long. We've used a lot more tyre life than the rest of the grid. How's Mick doing? He's 1.6 off Albon, so
Copy.
I'm just going to continue to harvest for now. And then we'll get back to it once this rain goes up. It is going up, but it's very slowly. So George is going to be past us here, no doubt. We'll deploy out of that final corner, though, to try and get him back again. Don't want to lose 2 positions here, though. And Stroll is ever gaining on the outside. We need to hold on to that. Oh, don't let Stroll have you, Danny. And he has... I think Stroll has DRS as well on Ricciardo. Ricciardo has it on Russell, but Russell's bolted. Come on, Ricciardo. Have him back here. Oh, it's tight in there. But Ricciardo does well. Gets through. How much sessions you do? In terms of the stream, this is we're just doing the Brazilian race. Let's have a look at that. We're just doing this race. That's what she says, yeah. Right, Danny is back up to 9th. But this rain is, lack of rain is killing us here. Schumacher's going backwards. Ocon's back past him. To be honest with you, this is more about Ricciardo at the moment. Alright, let's get after Russell here. Use the DRS. We'll harvest the battery into that first corner. When we due to stop? Lap 44. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
Ricciardo,
Gotcha.
try around the outside. And job is done, but we will give DRS here to Russell. So Russell's probably going to have a good opportunity to take this straight back off us. Just trying to get some battery back into the car. Russell going to have a lunge. He is, and he's back through. So we're duking it out a bit with Russell. Let's just go to neutral on the battery. Give him some likes, he deserves it. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, if you are watching and enjoying the stream, do smash a like. It does really help me out. This rain is so slow, isn't it? It's very gradual now. I wonder if someone went softs in this period, how much they would have got up the grid. Our streamer doesn't play this at 4 times, 8 times timescale. I don't like to skip, to be fair. If there's dull periods in the race, then we do skip it, but I like to watch the action. I like to be involved in the action, so at the moment we're very much involved here. But yeah, I do forward it sometimes once we've, as I say, if we're sort of in no man's land, then we forward on.
Okay, gotcha.
But you get better results if you actually manage it closely, I find, which we've just been done by this rain, really. Sunny Sloth, is it just me with a black screen? I believe so. In a way, Sunny, I hope so. I hope that's you. I don't know about the rest of the chat on stream. If you've got a black screen, hopefully not. And Ricciardo trying his luck again on Russell. What I will do is harvest here. So we can use the DRS whilst harvesting. Makes each race feel more important when you don't skip. Yeah, definitely. It's more enjoyable. Viv, you know who replaces Mick in next season. Mick is being replaced by Liam Lawson in our save. So the irony that Ricciardo will be racing alongside Liam Lawson in our save next year. Alright, Russell's going to be past us. Is Stroll going to get past us here as well? This could be a bit of a sandwich. He is indeed. And Ricciardo loses 2 positions in one there, but we were trying to harvest some of the battery. And to be honest with you, we've got 8 seconds for Alonso. We shouldn't really be battling these guys. So if we can hold on for a point, we'll take that. And with our tyre life... Big size seawater. How long does it take you to edit videos? Sunny, thanks for following on Twitch. Depends really on... Yeah, it depends really on the actual episode. Sometimes, like this one, might take a bit of editing. When there's a lot of action and we're watching a lot of it, then they take a lot more editing to go through. Obviously, when you can skip bits easier, but I'd probably say a full race weekend. So from prepping on the, sort of the preparation screen through to practice, qualifying, and the full race probably takes a good at least couple of hours, 2 to 3 hours to edit. So yeah, it does take some effort. Right, Ricciardo, we've sort of calmed down there. I know we've lost out to Russell and Stroll, but I'm just trying to manage. Look at this. Look how much we've dipped down here on our tyres. So let's just have a look at this. Sad news. Looks like it truly is the end of Ricciardo in F1, Kelly, in real life. Yeah, I know. Look out. As I say, I do think it is the end for Ricciardo. Rightly so. I do think he's declined as much as I like him, but... what I don't agree with is doing it at this stage of the season. As I say, it's not like he's doing a Logan Sargent, smashing up the car. I can't see why they couldn't just announce it now that he's going to be leaving at the end of the season and let him have a little hurrah, donuts at the final race of the season. So yeah, I think it's... Yeah, I don't get the decision to let him go now.
Really push on the tyre.
Yellow flag, that's in front of us. That's Stroll, is it? Stroll's had a spin. That's lovely. So we're back past Stroll.
Now this is what happened as they took turn 8. And that's it. That's the spin. Not a mistake they'll want to make again.
Luckily, we didn't collect him. The frame rate is awful when it rains. They need to patch this ASAP. What's Stroll done to his tyres there? He's took some life out of him, but ours are still worse. But the rain is now coming back, so hopefully they won't degrade as much. Actually, I'm in my 2nd season with Rick, and Rick is 3 races away from the Drivers' Championship. First one. Go on, Danny Rick. Bring a Drivers' Championship home. Good to see him. Yeah, NASCAR, definitely. Daniel Ricciardo just fits. His persona fits with NASCAR, doesn't it, Danny Rick? I definitely can see that. Is Colapinto modded in? Yes, Colapinto is modded in. Well, through the database on PC, so you can swap him in. So Ricciardo, we're going to have to... We've changed his strategy here to probably pit on lap 34 now. Mick, I'll leave Mick out for a little while, but we do need to get his parts to the end of the season, really. And his engine's down to 52%. It's still got to do 3 races and a sprint, so it might be a retirement for Mick shortly, just to save those. Colapinto always spins in my career. Yeah, he does. He's very low rated, Colapinto, so he does have a few instances. So does Correa, who's in the RB on this on my save here. So yeah, we're... What do we say there? Lap 33 we're looking at. Is this rain going to dip down again? Because those dip spells are nasty for the tyres. Right, so this stage we are in gaps, so there is a point to forward on. Track conditions turn to damp. Alonso's he's past Stroll and he's gaining on us, is Alonso. I wonder if we just push these tyres a little bit more now. I've met Ricardo, such a nice guy to chat to. Your like goal isn't correct. What's wrong with the like goal? Does it change? It does change once it's met. Sometimes it will double up. If it's gone over 2,000, thank you very much. That's on TikTok. If you've got it over to 2,000, thank you very much. That is the initial goal hit, so it'll just double up if that happens. But yeah, thanks for the support. How much points do you have? We currently have 1, 2, 4 points. I was just trying to count back where we got our points there. We have 4 points. Right, we're going to have to go attack here, Ricciardo, because these Astons are starting to have a push now. Yeah, it's sad that Daniel Ricciardo's leaving, but I think it's more sad based on his personality than where his current driving ability is. I even said that with his driving ability, I would have still given him the rest of the season to see it out. But yeah, he's what, 34 now, is he? And I know we've got Hamilton and Alonso, but he's not really performing to those levels. Yeah, he's in a slower pace car, but... Alistair Booth, thanks for the follow. He was my second favourite current driver and third all time. Who's your top 3 all time then? Brad, thanks for the follow, buddy. Give me your top... Everyone in the chat, give me your top 3 drivers of all time. How about that? That's a tough one, isn't it? I don't think I can do it. And if you are jumping into the stream, no matter the platform, do smash a like on the video. It does help me out. These Astons really having a push now. We'll stick with it for now. Lewis Sebastian Daniel. Ooh, very controversial. Red Bull heavy there, but with Lewis Hamilton thrown into the mix. Ashley, I can say you've updated that because it went Mark Webber, Mitzi Maker. I was confused there. Mark Webber, Michael Schumacher, and Ricciardo. Like it, very strong. Aussie strong, that one. Senna, Hamilton, Webber. Webber's getting a lot of love, Mark Webber. Which I can see why. Again, he's a strong personality, but a lot of Mark Webber in top 3 drivers here. On what platforms do you stream? TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're seeing me reply to comments and you can't see it in the chat, that's because that will be chat off another platform. Right, Stroll and Alonso trying to hunt down Danny Rick. Want to get to lap 30... Well, the next lap, really, don't we? Slight undercut might work. The only concern I've got is burning up these tyres again. Is this going to drop low? We might have to go conserve a bit. Might even try. Might try a free stopper with Mick. Just to try something a little bit differently. Ocon's had a slow pit, which would be good in mixed race. I'm Dutch, so Max, Hamilton, and Daniel Rick. Ooh, liking Max and Hamilton in your top 3. Like it. LTFC Oakley, thanks for the follow, buddy. I've met them all and a lot of F1 drivers. Ashley, you lucky boy. I preferred Seb at Ferrari and Daniel at Renault, even though it weren't the best car. Right, let's get Daniel in then. Yeah, I think Ricciardo at Renault wasn't too bad. It was kind of, even though he got that win for McLaren at Monza, it's kind of downhill from there, really. Didn't seem to get on with that McLaren, and then obviously Norris was kind of dominating him. Right, let's see what the pit crew can do here. Can we do a little bit better?
Copy.
.4, we'll take that. So is Mick going to jump Ocon after Ocon's slow stop here? Looks like here Charles got an issue now. There's a few issues developing out there. I'm thinking about just attacking with Mick and then having another stop with him. We'll just see where this stint takes him. If not, we can retire him. And Ricciardo is holding on in front of these Astons. Into the pits now. Bottas got a fault. Look at this lighting up here. We've got loads of issues going on.
Is about 1.5 now.
Right, let me just see this pit stop and then I'll catch up on the chat. Need a good stop here. .8. .8, not our best, but it's not the slowest. As I say, we'll say that standard on these tyres would get us to the end, but my concern is it's going to dry out. So if you see here, this little bar here that we got from what, lap 22 up to about lap 30, it dropped below damp and that just burnt our tyres out. And you can see it's going to happen again around here, so we might even have to try and throw on some other inters. We'll see how it goes. As I say, I'll say we'll get to the end comfortably, but this is assuming the track is going to stay damp, so yeah, we'll see. Grew up watching Webber and Hamilton, but Senna is the GOAT of his era. I think Yuki deserves a chance, Red Bull or Danny Rick, because Perez not so good. Schumacher making moves on Bottas.
And it was Mick Schumacher involved. It's there for the taking.
So Mick is moving up to, says he's 16th, I think that's for 15th.
And that's easy.
Yeah, it's for 15th, so he's 1.7 off Albon now. I think Yuki deserves a chance, Red Bull or Danny Rick, because Perez not so good. Yeah, I think Perez is sponsorship and the whole package, isn't he? But doesn't make too much sense. Almost 5k likes on TikTok, thank you. What's everyone else's tyres like? Well, we've got people coming into the stops now, but Stroll's is pretty degraded after that spin. Alonso's in good shape, and so is Hamilton's, you should expect, and Norris. So we'll probably get a good undercut here, but it's, yeah, it's whether we'll need to stop again with Ricciardo. Ayrton Senna, Nicky Lauda, Damon Hill, my top 3 drivers. Look out, very strong. The original Kimi as well. What mods do you use? At the moment, the only mod I've got installed on this is the sponsorships. So you can see like these real world sponsors, Rockstar, sort of Samsung on the wing. So we're just using the sponsorship mod. But yeah, I don't think I'm using any other mods at the moment on this. We use the database editor as a mod, but only to sort of edit the driver changes such as Colapinto. That's 4 drivers. Narrowing it down to 3 is hard. Yeah, I don't know. It depends if you want to say who the best 3 drivers all time are, but that's hard to compare eras, or who your favourite 3 drivers are. I think if my favourite 3 drivers, I think I'd have to say Mika Hakkinen, because he was the driver that really I started to like when I got into Formula 1. And then I'd probably have to say Kimi Räikkönen. So a very strong Finnish connection there, isn't there? I think you might have gone offline on Twitch. Have I? Let's have a look. Still shows I'm live, but I can't... Yeah, it's hard for me to see from my end. It's showing that it is still live on Twitch, but yeah, if I'm not... Lagan, thanks for the cheer of 100 bits, buddy. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I do appreciate that. It's much appreciated. It's back, never mind. Oh, good. Good to hear. Twitch is back. Right. Danny Rick is 14 seconds off Stroll. He's yet to pit, of course, is Stroll. Schumacher is now onto Albon. Right, let's give Schumacher a bit of deployment. A bit too late on that deployment, to be fair. He might be getting the move done anyway. Bottas is having a smell of this as well. Bottas thinks better of it. Right, Mick is up to 14th, but we are attacking these tyres, and it's not very good when Mick is hot on his tyres. He is prone to a mistake, but let's have some fun with it, and let's attack, and we're gonna throw in another stop for Mick. And as I say, if he's not made too much progression up the grid, we'll probably retire him just to save a bit of the parts. But we've got 13 seconds of Stroll, so let's just forward on until Stroll comes into the pits. Mick is pulling away from Albon. He's 7 seconds behind Correa, so that's good. So, as I say, we're in a bit of no man's land at the moment, so we may as well skip on. Russell is into pits. I'm imagining we're going to jump these quite significantly, but they're going to have a good tyre advantage. So they're offset. They're going to have a good advantage because Ricciardo's used 7% already, so they're going to have, well, actually, it's not too much an offset at the moment. 7-8%. Ricciardo isn't quite past him, though, is he? I don't know if we are, because, yeah, just about, but it's going to be a challenge to keep Russell behind, although his issue is getting worse. It's back to I really like Nico Rosberg as well. Yeah, Rosberg was good. The season with he won the World Championship was very good. The best driver never to win a championship: Eddie Irvine, David Coulthard, Juan Pablo Montoya. Yeah, Juan Pablo was a hell of a racer. I'm catch up from TikTok. F1 racer, hello. I don't see anything. You should see something. But yeah, my best three drivers all time. Yeah, I'd probably say Mika Hakkinen, as I say. Because that's who got me into the sport, really, or who I first liked when I got into sport. Kimi Räikkönen. And then a third, I don't know. Third is tough, you know. See, mine are biased to McLaren, really. Yeah, I don't know a third. Perhaps Hamilton. Right, Schumacher's depleted his battery. Stroll is in, and we've jumped Stroll. Yeah, that's not saying they're the three best of all time. That's a very different conversation. Monster Medic, thanks for the follow on Twitch. Right, so Russell's 3 seconds behind. Stroll is only now out of the pits. So yeah, them staying out, I don't think has worked very well. F1 Racer, thanks for the follow on Twitch. That's appreciated. Best driver never to win a championship, though. That's an interesting conversation. Button was a great driver. Button was I was gonna say a strange driver. That's not the right word, but he was I guess a smooth driver. Wasn't the most exciting driver, maybe is a way to put it, if you see where I'm coming from, but just very smooth. That win in Canada was brilliant from McLaren when Seb sent it wide on the final lap. And I think Button, did he like 4-stop, 5-stop? He was at the back. It's one of the best races I've seen. Right, Alonso is yet to stop, isn't he? Alonso's taking those tyres a long way. Alonso would be in the conversation of one of my favourite drivers in a way, just because his personality. I like characters in Formula 1. That's what's annoying about cutting out all this swearing and trying to, you know... We don't need another sport that goes all PR like footballers that just come out in interviews and say all the right things. I like Formula 1 for just having a bit of personality, so... Right, Mick is past Correa, so he is making some moves, but we are going to have to stop with him again.
Closely here. The opportunity begging to be taken. And the overtake is made.
Norris is similar to Button, a smooth driver. Yeah, Norris this year especially has been so good on his tyres. I mean, there's been a couple of races where Lando's overcut, which doesn't happen too much now in Formula 1. But Lando's managed those tyres. As soon as his competitors have sort of pitted, he's just then pushed on. So, very nice. Right, so this is where we're at that stage again, you see, where it's dropped below. So Ricciardo's got 4.5 to Russell. So we're gonna drop the tyres down to light at this phase.
Understood.
Just manage that gap. Mick, we are just going to burn up these tyres. Hey, we're on a bit of a mad one with Mick. Now, Carreras pitting. Mick's not really making an impact on Stroll, though, is he? Is Alonso still on that first set of tyres? He is. The tyre whisperer, Fernando Alonso. Perez's fault is getting worse. A couple of retirements ahead of us would be very nice. We could really ease off then. Alonso is finally pitting. What a stint that is from Fernando. Now he's going to have a maybe 16% advantage on us. So, Alonso is back out. Does clear his teammate. That's a great stint from Alonso. He's going to be quick at the back end of this race, I'd imagine. Russell is dropping. Yeah, Russell's pace. I've dropped the tyres. I wonder if Russell and the rest are doing the same during this period where it's not as wet. So yeah, this looks like to be the biggest lull. So as soon as that's back to 1mm, we can go back to standard. And we should hopefully be comfortable getting these tyres to the end. Mick 7 seconds off Stroll. Is it worth... We'll keep Mick in there because if we have a retirement ahead of us. Now Alonso behind Ricciardo, so he is going to start to gain. Seven stop button in Canada. Was it 7, was it? The FIA is going to cause an F1 split if they continue over stretch, which is the last thing anyone wants. Right, we're back to damp, so we can drop back to standard here. Going to have to watch a bit of the fuel now with Daniel Ricciardo. So we're expecting Alonso to come at us here, but hopefully we can maintain what we're doing to at least Russell and Stroll. If on the same path I'm one of those who think F1 could do an Indy Racing League kart split if it's not remedied. There's definitely growing tension between F1 and the FIA, or certainly the drivers and FIA, and the head of the FIA, I forget his name now. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be very liked. Right, we're going to get Mick in, because we've absolutely burnt those tyres to a crisp.
Box this lap, please.
Copy. Box this lap.
So yeah, I think we're probably going to retire Mick in this race because I don't think he's going to get too much further than what we've tried to achieve there. Ricciardo maintaining 4.4 to Fernando. Norris's fault, is that a new fault? Yeah. Let's just have a look at the faults, shall we? Not there. We want to go here. Our condition, I forget who's got them now. So Norris's is not showing because that's just developed. Perez has got an engine fault. Charles got an engine fault. Russell's got an ERS issue, so that's why he's not very... Well, that's why he wasn't gaining on us, because Russell's got an ERS problem. And who else? Anyone else? Aston's, was it Stroll? Stroll's also got an engine problem, so quite a few cars struggling in behind us and around us. So there could be a retirement or two, which could really benefit us. But we are still currently sitting in 8th. Here comes Mick for his final stop, hopefully, of the day. That's 2.7. That's not too bad for us. The Arab guy, can't remember his name, can't put in the effort in looking. Yeah. Sunbin. Oh, I can't remember his name. You know who I mean. But yeah, they don't seem like many take a good taking to him. Kev, I need to go. Bye. No worries, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks for all the support. Much appreciated. And of course, if you are dropping in, no matter the platform, please do like the video. Really does help me out. I think we'll go aggressive with Mick. I'm not sure he'll get them to the end. Ricciardo's got that 4.2 second gap.
Copy.
Might as well have a little play with Mick here, shall we? That sounds wrong. Calm down.
That looked good.
Copy.
We don't want to be doing that. Right, come on, Mick. Let's get through here. We do need to clear Gasly, really, because it's 7 seconds to Bottas. He'll have good clear air, will Mick. What's the tyre advantage here? Yeah, he's got good tyre advantage to use on this stint, but that is not ideal.
Copy.
No, Mick. Alonso is gaining on Daniel Ricciardo, but we've still got a good 7-second gap to Lovely. Come on, Mick. I wasn't expecting him to make a move there. Let's hope we get a replay of that. That was very nice indeed. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's giving us a replay.
And it was Mick Schumacher involved. They decided to
Oh, that is bold, Mick. It's not going to save your drive, but that is a lovely little move. We'll see how close we get back up here, but it is 20 seconds. If there's a couple, I'm just thinking, if there's a couple of retirements here and we can get Mick past Bottas and Albon, he could nick a point. Oh, we've got blue flags here. Hopefully that's not going to... this could allow Gasly back past us. Did I say past Ocon a minute ago? I can't remember. I'm losing my mind. Getting out of the way of traffic has really cost us there, because if Gasly is using battery, we'll be done here. Right, we're going to have to deploy Mick. I know we haven't got much of it, but you're going to have to use what you got.
Copy.
Have we got ERS battle on? We have, and he hasn't deployed out of there. Right, that's fine. Come back, Jean Todt. All is forgiven, I would say. Ali, have you got a new technical director yet? Yes, I believe we have signed the Red Bull technical director. Now, he is not who I went for, because I'm trying to make this series realistic. We actually went for the lower rated ones, but they were being snapped up by, say, Haas. So then I went after, say, Haas's technical director. He was being snapped up by another Formula 1 team. So we basically followed the merry-go-round, and the only one who was out of contract and not being renewed or going to another team was Red Bulls, who's one of the highest raters. So I believe he's accepted our contract, but that can happen and they can still accept elsewhere. So fingers crossed that comes to fruition, because that'll make a big difference for us in 2025. Right, we're going to have to harvest into here and then go back onto neutral. Might have to do a bit of top up with Mick. Where's Alonso? He's 3.3 back behind Ricciardo. Ricciardo's tyres still pretty good towards the end here, but see, Alonso can have a bit of a push towards the end. And Mick is not really... well, he's just about dropping Gasly. Still 8 seconds on Bottas, though. What's the tyre advantage here? Mick's still got good tyre advantage. We'll keep him out for now. I'm just wondering whether we retire Mick, but we'll keep him out for now. Let's get him back on neutral. He's just struggling with the battery at the moment. Alonso 3 seconds now. Tyre advantage is 9%, so I think he's taking some life out of those, is Fernando. We've just lapped Colapinto. Alonso's now going to be lapped by Verstappen. So whilst that's happening, we'll have a bit of push on the fuel just to push away. Mick's now 6 seconds behind Bottas. Alonso's dropped 4.5, but that's because he's had to let Verstappen through. We will have to do the same, so he will get those 2 seconds back. Hopefully Ricciardo gets out in a nice way. But this, at the moment, is looking pretty good. I don't want to tempt fate here. But we are looking pretty good with Ricciardo. Verstappen's still yet to get his way past us. Is Ricciardo going to move out of the way now? He does. So here we go. We see that gap drop. Still 3 seconds, though. Mick's not really gaining now on Bottas. Yeah, Mick's still 3.2. I feel we should retire Mick because I need to make these parts last till the end of the season. What do we think, chap? You're going to begrudge me if I retire Mick? You decide. Whatever I see in the chat, if I see more retires or not retires, that's what I'll go with. Nice, that is good work. He worked close with Adrian Newey in real life recently before Newey went on gardening leave this season. Well, with Adrian Newey, Alonso's going to be in F1 till about 50 years old now. He's got Adrian Newey in that Aston team. He's not going to want to leave there anytime soon. Right, I'm retiring Mick next lap. Unless I see in the chat you don't want him retired.
Good, it's okay.
But we need the parts, and that engine is getting very worn. I'm concerned it's not gonna. It's got to make another 3 races. It's gonna be a big struggle. Although we can see Bottas now, but he's 7 seconds off Albon. It's just gonna be too much. Oh, I don't know. I'm in 2 minds because these have got issues. I think we keep him. We just keep him running. Because if 3 retirements happen and we get Bottas, that's a point.
Don't worry.
So I think we keep him. Alright, we've got 1.7. Alright, let's just close that gap with Mick. Getting ever closer to Bottas.
Copy.
Can we get this done? Come on, Mick. If you're dropping into the stream, thanks for the support. Do smash a like on the video. Helps me out. And let me know in the comments who's going to be the world champion this year. Drivers' world champion. Let me know in the comments. Right, let's give Mick some deployment.
Long way to go.
Copy.
Alright, we've just absolutely dumped all the battery there.
Yeah, copy.
So we need to be getting past Valtteri here. Come on, Mick, you're going to have to be aggressive here. And deploy again.
Copy.
I think it's just we're up to speed there. That's why we're not deploying out of there.
You did a good job.
Come on, keep him behind, Mick. Keep him behind here. Yellow flag. Please say Ricardo's okay. He is. Someone's had an issue.
There's a yellow flag now.
Correa. We're talking about Correa having a lot of spins and
Now, this
issues
was
on my
a
series, and
turn
here we go.
Oh no, that's not how to do it.
I can't imagine he's going to be in that RB next year in our save, but we'll wait and see. I want Alonso to end Fangio's record of being 46 years of age when he retired. Surely he can beat... I reckon he'll beat that, especially if this Aston Martin starts to improve. We're not going to see the Newey effect until 2026, so Alonso, yeah, I'd definitely see him still 2026, 2027 perhaps.
Okay. Alrighty.
And Alonso's past Ricardo. We completely shook the eye off the ball there, watching Mick. Right, can we fight back Fernando, though? What's his tyre life? It is 10% better than ours. Will we get these to the end here? We will. I can't fight him too much to sacrifice this couple of points that we'll gain here. And Mick, we can hopefully, if he stays away out of Bottas, we can forget about Mick now for now. Mick's just holding on for, yeah, 2 free retirements ahead of him. Alright, we're going to deploy out of here. Yeah, I think it's just going to be difficult to stay with Alonso, though. He can attack on those tyres, really, till the end. But we'll have a go. Danny Rick trying the outside. Not working on that occasion. Stroll's ran wide. Yeah, Stroll is just not a threat now. We've got 14 seconds to Stroll. Danny Rick trying his best. An 8% advantage to Alonso. Come on, Daniel, don't give it up. And we don't want an accident. Come on, Daniel. That's it. Lovely work in there. Squeezes Alonso. Alonso is trying to fight it back. Is he going to squeeze the inside here, Fernando? What about it?
Nice.
Right, we'll harvest through here. I see Alonso winning the elusive third world title, and that'll be it. Yeah. Alonso wins the third world title with Aston, and they replace him with Max. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Right, let's deploy out of here. 10 laps to go. We're just dumping that battery. And then this is what we were doing in the first stint. And then harvest around the rest of the lap.
Okay.
Where is Mick? Yeah, he's... Yeah, Mick might get up to Albon. I say, if he got to 12th, then he'd just need a couple of retirements here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So Alonso should stay with us this part of the lap, and then we'll just deploy again. Basically, we've just got to continue doing that all the way now. I say, he'll gain through here, but if we dump the battery...
Okay, understood.
He's about to be lapped by, is that Carlos Sainz? No, yeah, it's Carlos Sainz. Right, we're dumping this battery. Alonso is staying with us this time, though. Closer. I think maybe he was using a bit of battery there. Again, we should survive there, so I've just got to keep getting to that corner. And he's going to lose a bit of time to Sainz here in a moment. Yellow flag.
Okay, understood.
Who is this? It's a quite long yellow flag. It's Pierre Gasly having a spin.
What the...
Standard fuel. Yeah, let's go to balanced fuel with Mick before he starts to burn out. But we can push with Ricardo's fuel, actually.
Understood.
Alright, and we deploy out of here again.
Yep.
Max Verstappen, I can see do a Fernando Alonso and race in another series. Maybe Max in IndyCar, imagine that. Yeah, Max does strike me that he doesn't... I know he said it, but he strikes me as being truthful that he won't stick around in F1 forever. Well, that's not a great place to have to get out of the way. Oh, that is awful, Daniel. Be a bit smarter about where we're getting out of the way. That has just allowed Fernando to breeze past us. Come on, Daniel. You're better than that. That was an awful place to move out of the way. Max wants Triple Crown anyway. Yeah, as I say, I wouldn't be surprised to see Max leave Formula 1. I think it depends how these next few seasons go, though, because obviously the current record is 7 World Championships. So if he won this year and then he won next year, he might be thinking, well, I might as well stay around a little bit longer to get to the 8th. But if he doesn't win this year, he doesn't win next year, then he might just say, well, yeah, I've done what I needed to in Formula 1 and I'm off to race another series. He's definitely going to race in other categories. He enjoys his racing away from F1 too much. Right, we're going to have to, again, drop all of our battery here. We are lapped here, of course, so we won't finish. We'll finish a lap earlier. Ricardo is going to make the move again on Fernando. So this is a battle with Fernando until the end. We have used all of our battery there, though, which isn't ideal. But again, we've just got to see off Fernando here and try and manage our battery. Where Charles, 25 seconds down the road, so we shouldn't have any more traffic now. There's only 5 laps to go. Is Fernando going to try and have a go back at us here? Getting a bit of slipstream off Carlos, which is nice. Fernando getting very punchy, though. Is he going to try and move here? It's a long way around the outside there, though. Oh, he thinks better of it. And Fernando's used his tyres more. I think when he stopped, did he have a 13% advantage? A few laps ago, it was a 9% advantage. It's now down to 2, so he's pushing on those tyres. We've got a bit of availability to push ourselves, to be fair.
The tyres are hanging on, but there is a little bit of dead.
Alright, we're going to use this battery again. Fernando really pushing the tyres, hustling the car. He wants this 8th place off Ricciardo. This would be our best finish, of course. Ricciardo has finished 10th. He's finished 9th. And he's looking for one better for 8th for us. Mick has got 1 point for us. Finished 10th in one race. As I say, Danny Rick's finished 10th in Singapore. 9th in Singapore. 10th in Kota. So this would be our best finish for Danny Rick and our best as a team. And we now just need to manage this all the way. Mick is, yeah, not closing really on Albon now. So this is where Alonso gains on us. Yeah, tyre life is nearly the same now, so we've managed this really well.
Okay.
And this is where we dump the battery. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be any retirements ahead of us. Aaron, thanks for the follow, buddy. Much appreciated.
Okay.
And there we go. That is what we need to do. Well, Norris has the momentum at the moment. Yeah, Norris is on a charge. McLaren on a charge.
Okay. Understood.
But McLaren are going to need Piastri, and they're going to need a Ferrari or 2 or Mercedes to start getting in front of Max. Because Max was back on form in Singapore, to be fair. So yeah, I think Alonso is on aggressive. We can stay on aggressive now. But yeah, I think it's going to be very close. The only thing for Norris is he literally has got to be perfect. I mean, Verstappen has really as well. He can't lose much. But what I mean is if Norris has a bad one or gets taken out, and he loses 25, 18, 15 points to Verstappen, it's as good as over. Verstappen could potentially still afford a retirement, though I do think it would cost him.
Roger.
I need to dump this battery again. And then we harvest again.
Okay.
Got a bit of traffic coming up, which is that Ocon? Yeah, Ocon. Hopefully Ocon is not going to cause us any issues here.
Okay.
Free to go. Yeah, we're matching the tyre deg, so Fernando is definitely on aggressive as well. Nick's 1.8 off Albon now. Albon's down to 35% tyre life. He might have to manage those. Could go on standard just a little bit for Mick. Is anyone at risk of a puncture? Not really. Can't really afford to jump on with Mick though, as we're trying to manage this out. Ricardo needs to keep it mistake free. We can't push any more fuel.
Okay.
And this again is where we use our battery. Alonso's got a mechanical fault. That's not going to help his charge. Not his literal ERS charge, unless it is an ERS problem, of course. But again, look, we dump a lot of battery. We get that gap. And funny enough, it is a charging problem. It is his ERS that has got a fault. So that Might give us a bit of respite. If he's lacking ERS in these final 2 laps, that could give us what we need.
Okay.
Charles got a mechanical fault now. Everyone's struggling. Higher life. Albon's down to 32%. We should have Albon pretty easily with Mick. I'm going to go back to standard.
Copy.
And push actually with Mick. Push again with Danny Rick. I feel the gap has been a little bit bigger across this lap to Fernando.
Understood.
Maybe that ERS is having a big issue on him. We'll deploy again anyway. We don't want to take a risk.
Understood.
And Max is about to start the last lap, and this will be the final lap for us as well. We're lapped. Well, Mick is only 1 lap down, so yeah, Mick does really need to push it though.
Just got to maintain this. We are catching him now.
It's 3 seconds to Alonso, chat. It's 3 seconds to Alonso.
Yep, understood.
Alonso, it's ERS fault has cost him, I feel. We can bring it all down. Ricardo just needs to bring it home now.
Understood.
And I've got Mick all the way on the back of Albon's gearbox. He's not going to get a point today.
Okay.
But 12th place, best of the rest potentially for Mick.
Copy.
Albon must be under 30%. He is. It's 28%. Albon might have a...
Starting to here, dry line.
Oh, it's dry now as well, so that's just going to burn these tyres up even more. Albon really pushing away though. Don't think we can get to him. But Max Verstappen has won it then in Brazil. That's good for his driver championship. Mick, we're not watching at the moment on Albon. He's very close. He's passed Albon, but I need to watch Daniel Ricciardo because he has fought off Fernando Alonso to bring it home. Our best position of the season. It's 8th place for Danny Rick, and it is another 4 points for him. He's having a stellar end to the season. We were thinking about a replacement for Daniel Ricciardo, but he has still got another year left, and he's now earned that year. He will be staying in the car for us. Mick Schumacher got past Albon there. Albon's tyres really dropped off, down to 24%. A few at risk here of punctures, but they are just about going to get home. But what a drive from Daniel Ricciardo. And Mick Schumacher slowing down quite significantly there, isn't he? Is Albon going to get us here? He's got DRS. Albon's going to get us. Oh, because DRS is back enabled. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That's not going to upset us. It's not about Mick today. It is about Danny Rick, of course. He might be out of real F1, but he's very much in this series. And he's doing big things for us. In 8th, and another 4 points for us.
We see Mick Schumacher now after a challenging race.
What? Well, no. We don't want to congratulate Mick. Where's the man himself? Where's Daniel Ricciardo? Max Verstappen started on pole, dominated the race. Carlos Sainz up 2 to 2nd. What a drive there from Lando. Up 13 to 3rd. Charles Leclerc in 4th. Oscar Piastri 5th. Sergio Perez 6th. Lewis Hamilton 7th. Look at that. Daniel Ricciardo for Team Lotus in 8th, grabbing us 4 points. Fernando Alonso up 1 to 9th, but we starved him of success there. Really good defensive drive from Daniel Ricciardo. And Lance Stroll rounds out the top 10 there with a solo point. Max Verstappen also takes the fastest lap. So maximum points for Max and Mick Schumacher. Yeah, I don't know. Albon got significant pace off the last corner. Must have deployed all of his battery and DRS was enabled. So Mick finishes 13th. Drivers' Championship, so a good sprint weekend for Max. That looks like the Drivers' Championship might be his now. What is that now? 45 points gap on Carlos Sainz. And Carlos Sainz opens the gap a little bit on Charles Leclerc. Lando Norris 4th, Sergio Perez 5th, Oscar Piastri 6th, George Russell 7th, Yuki Tsunoda 8th, Lewis Hamilton 9th, and Fernando Alonso in 10th. The other point scorers, Lance Stroll in 11th. But look at this now. Daniel Ricciardo up 3 places. We're in 12th in the Drivers' Championship. Daniel Ricciardo, who is now on 7 points. Albon on 4. Correa 3 points. Esteban Ocon 3. Valtteri Bottas 16th with 3. And the last remaining point scorer, Mick Schumacher with 1 point. what's that done to the constructors? So it still looks like it is going to be a Ferrari Constructors' Championship. They've still got an 85-point lead there. Red Bull do eat into it a little bit. McLaren are going to stay where they are in third. They've got a big enough gap on Mercedes, too big to gain on Red Bull. Mercedes fourth, that looks pretty comfortable now. Aston Martin, still the gap only 10 points, but they do increase it on RB. But 10 points between Aston Martin in fifth and RB in sixth. So there's still a possibility that RB could nick fifth. And look at this, Team Lotus gain another position in the Constructors with those 4 points from Danny Rick. And we are up to 7th. Williams dropped to 8th. Alpine 9th. Kick Sauber 10th. And Haas 11th. So I'm pretty confident we will probably finish at least 7th now. Fastest pit stops. Oh, we did get 6 points in that as well. But we're not really doing enough to gain. But that doesn't really matter. It's all about Daniel Ricciardo today. He's been in the news all week in real life, and Daniel Ricciardo, the virtual Daniel Ricciardo in RC save, comes to life here to finish 8th and grab us 4 points. I mean, he deserves a like for that. Like the video for Daniel Ricciardo's drive there. He does surely deserve that. And if you've jumped into the streams, thanks for all the support. If you're not already, please do follow or subscribe. This series is streamed live on a Tuesday and Friday, 7:15 BST, so do jump back in. And if you want to see the highlighted episodes of this series, we drop those on a Monday and Thursday on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, go to the main profile to check those out. If you're on TikTok or Twitch, head into the profile. You'll find my YouTube in the bio. Click on that and you'll see the Team Lotus series on YouTube, and you can check out the episodes there. So go and send some love on there. Look out, both drivers from Down Under. Both drivers from Down Under, just the two nations Down Under with New Zealand and Australia. Yeah, we're going to have our Australian and New Zealand driver lineup with Liam Lawson joining Daniel Ricciardo next season. Stephen, any more tonight? No more tonight. That's it for tonight. But we will be back on Friday. Where are we? Tuesday today on. Yeah, so we'll be back on Friday as we continue this, and we just have 3 races to go. So thanks for jumping in. Please do like the video before you go, and do jump back on Friday, 7:15 BST,